Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the greatest crossover in gaming. Let's milk it. There have been many thoughts out there on what the next Smash Bros. Will be. Ultimate seems like it will be the last Smash Bros. Game, as it is full of characters across different IPs, over 100 stages, over 900 music tracks, over 1,000 spirits, loads of modes, an adventure mode, and plenty of Mii Fighter costumes. I mean, how in Sakurai's stupendous series can you top that? Well, obviously, Ultimate isn't the last Smash Bros., as it would be wrong to just drop this franchise after it gaining so much traction. But in what form will the next Smash Bros. Be? Subscribe for more videos like this. Let's get started. There is a slight chance that it could be a mobile game. Now. This could work. Slap on a joystick an A button, a B button, a ZR button, and an R button, and you've created rock bottom Smash Bros. They may need to make some adjustments to the formula for this to properly work, but overall I think a mobile game of Smash Bros is a long shot. Another idea is simply a port of Ultimate. This is probably the most likely thing they will do, as Ultimate seems as big as it can possibly be. They would just make all the DLC free, add on some spirits and music maybe, and even bring back old stages. Then they can make a booster course pass for it, but this is a boring idea. What if they made a 3D Smash Bros? This could be a spin-off to the series, as it would be entirely different in terms of gameplay, and there would probably be less characters than usual. The controls could simply be joystick to move, Y or X to jump, and A to attack. How could you perform tilts, ups and downs? Well, tilt attacks would pretty much be the same, but if you want to do an upward attack, you'd need to press L and A at the same time, and for downward it would be R and A. This may sound terrible. And it is. What else could you do? Specials would also work the same way, but this idea is quite bizarre and most likely won't happen. It would be cool though. Now for my thoughts. What do I think Sakurai will do for the next Smash Bros. Game? Call me crazy, but I think it will be a new game. I know. Smash Ultimate seems it can't get any bigger, but here's my hypothesis. Sakurai has achieved insane things throughout Ultimate, like bringing back every old character, adding over 90 characters in total, and getting Disney's approval to add Sora. I think he is insane enough to just make a new game, but I don't think he would just start from scratch, as that would be a waste of time. Now I will talk about what I think will be in this Smash Bros. Game, the characters, stages, modes, etc. As for the name, I have a few ideas. Some of the previous Smash games have fighting words in the name, like Melee and Brawl. So you know what I did? I looked up synonyms for Brawl and came up with Super Smash Bros. Hardyhood. Nah, I'm kidding. I wanted to think of something original that stands out, but the best I could do was Super Smash Bros. Clash, which I will call it for now. Put some better names in the comments, but don't do Smash Bros. Legends, that's boring. I think from now on, Sakurai won't remove any previous character, as just randomly putting everyone into one game would be pretty odd and wouldn't make the new game feel as special. I'm gonna pick the most logical characters with some more out there ones by the end. I'm not necessarily picking which ones I would like, but I am also taking inspiration from that fighter palette from like 2015. Firstly, I say get Bandana Waddle Dee into the game. He's been a highly requested Waddle Dee for years. He's got a pretty big role in Forgotten Land and is the last piece of the main Kirby gang. Speaking of last piece, Waluigi. Now I know Sakurai has stated that he will never be put into Smash, but they actually found a decent answer to the problem. Joke characters. The side DLC character you could get from pre-ordering the game was Piranha Plant. He was kinda treated as a weird side character. Why not do that with Waluigi too? It could work. Another Mario character that I think would be added is Geno, and I think this is more than likely at this point. Firstly, Sakurai himself has been wanting him playable since Brawl, and secondly, a remake exists now. This is the perfect time to add him in. Another character Sakurai has wanted is Rex from Xenoblade Chronicles. I always thought it was weird that Pyre and Mythra got in before Rex. Not that I, actually want him. Sans, Cuphead, Lloyd, and Bomberman are now likely candidates for fighters as they have received Mii costumes in Ultimate. Bomberman also has an assist trophy. I especially would like to see Sans. He is one of my favourite gaming characters. I don't think Vault Boy or Doom Guy would get in despite being Mii costumes, as I don't think Sakurai likes that kind of stuff. If Smash Bros is going to stick to trends, then I think they're going to add more Fire Emblem characters, and I think it would be the Colgate mascot, Allier. I honestly wouldn't mind this character getting in, but at the same time there are better options. I think Rayman has a decent shot at coming out of the ice. Nintendo and Ubisoft have collaborated countlessly and have recently released DLC for Sparks of Hope, and the rabbits have Mii costumes too. But if they're adding a Ubisoft character, they're adding Rayman. A Gen 8 Pokemon trader would be cool to see. They'd be able to spawn in Score Bunny, Blue Frog, and Green Dude. I'm too lazy to look up the names. Finally, I think it's about time the rest of the Star Fox crew got in. Slippy and Peppy could be interesting characters, but they'd probably need to give all the Star Fox characters different final smashes, as 5 of the same would be a bit much. Maybe bring back the Landmaster somehow. As for new stages, I think the next game will follow the trend of making new stages based off of the newer games, just like what Ultimate did. Firstly, I think the Sky Islands from Tears of the Kingdom would be pretty cool, especially for the scenery alone. Imagine they modeled in all of Hyrule just for the stage. Next, I think a Splatoon 3 stage would be logical. I decided to go with Scorch Gorge. I know the stage isn't that good in the game and something like Robo Ramen would be better, but I think that they would choose the most popular stage from the game. The Flower Kingdom from Mario Wonder would actually be pretty awesome, especially if it could cycle through different areas and each area would have a different wonder effects like pipes moving or something like that. If you went near the Talking Flower, it could talk to you kinda like the Xenoblade 2 stage. Finally, for Bowser's Fury, I think Mount Magmeow would be a great idea. The background could have the Fury sunrise, and at some point, Fury Bowser would spawn in and shoot a fire laser towards the stage. That'd be pretty nifty. As for the modes, I've thought of a few new ones, but before that, I want to share the modes that I think could come back with some adjustments. As for the returning modes, Target Smash would be great to see return. An idea I had is to give it extra challenges, like using as little moves as possible so you can go for some cheesy records. Board the Platform should return too, since it hasn't been brought back since the first Smash Bros, which I think is a shame. Target Blast should return, but only because I want to see some kind of Angry Birds representation in my fighting game. Smash Run was a super fun mode on the 3DS, and it would be even funner with all the new characters. A new adventure mode is pretty likely, but I would like to see it more platform based like the Subspace Emissary was. As for the new modes I have thought of, my first one is called Healing Punch. This will be a more strategy based mode that you can put into your matches. Firstly, everyone would have a permanent flower on their head and start with a handicap of around 40%. Over time, the flower will cause everyone's damage to increase, but the main catch is that everyone's attacks will do the opposite amount of damage it's supposed to do. Basically, it will heal the opponent, but attacks will still launch opponents further based on what percentage they were originally at. This means that you can either wait for your enemy's health to go up to kill them easier, but risk getting killed yourself, or you can risk trying to kill your opponent earlier, but you will heal them, meaning that you need to wait longer to kill. I'm very proud of this idea, but you'd probably be able to choose the starting handicap, as some characters could just kill you at 40% anyway. Another idea for a new mode is larger blast zones. This can be an option in the menu or something, and you'll be able to toggle how many times bigger the blast zone is, like 1.5 times more, 2 times more, and it would only grow from the point it's off the screen, not from the center, as that would be a bit much. This would make enemies die at much higher percentages, make it harder to recover, and most importantly, make Flat Zone X a legal stage. Rhythm mode is another idea I have for a new mode. Basically, if you attack your opponent to the beat of the song, then it will inflict more damage, even being a critical hit. Some songs may need to be removed or adjusted for this to work properly. For my final idea, how about a mode where you can go against the various assist trophies present in the game? There could be customizable stocks, assist trophy health, and maybe even an all-star mode where you can fight them all at once. Obviously, this would only include the assist trophies you can actually KO. Some additional things I would like to see added to this game is an additional side taunt. The left and right D-pad buttons could be separated into 2 different taunts. I would also like better online. That's it. That's all I ask. Well, those are some ideas on what I think the next Smash Bros game will be. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.